No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. Friendship with oneself is all important because, without it, one cannot be friends with anyone else in the world. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. It isn't enough to talk about peace. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it. One must work at it. I believe anyone can conquer fear by doing the things he fears to do, provided he keeps doing them until he gets a record of successful experience behind him. Since you get more joy out of giving joy to others, you should put a good deal of thought into the happiness you are able to give. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do. The giving of love is an education in itself. Never allow a person to tell you no who doesn't have the power to say yes. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. Many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends will leave footprints in your heart. We are afraid to care too much, for fear that the other person does not care at all. You can often change your circumstances by changing your attitude. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Do not stop thinking of life as an adventure. You have no security unless you can live bravely, excitingly, imaginatively, unless you can choose a challenge instead of competence. Life was meant to be lived, and curiosity must be kept alive. One must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. It is not fair to ask of others what you are not willing to do yourself. You have to accept whatever comes, and the only important thing is that you meet it with the best you have to give. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Think as little as possible about yourself. Think as much as possible about other people. What could we accomplish if we knew we could not fail? In the long run, we shape our lives, and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die. And the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. To be mature, you have to realize what you value most. Not to arrive at a clear understanding of one's own values is a tragic waste. You have missed the whole point of what life is for. Do the things that interest you and do them with all your heart. Don't be concerned about whether people are watching you or criticizing you. The chances are that they aren't paying attention to you. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. Since everybody is an individual, nobody can be you. You are unique. No one can tell you how to use your time. It is yours. Your life is your own. You mold it. You make it. Character building begins in our infancy and continues until death. It is a brave thing to have courage to be an individual. It is also, perhaps, a lonely thing. But it is better than not being an individual, which is to be nobody at all. We have to face the fact that either all of us are going to die together or we are going to learn to live together, and if we are to live together, we have to talk. Success must include two things: the development of an individual to his utmost potentiality and a contribution of some kind to one's world. I am who I am today because of the choices I made yesterday. I never waste time looking back. We all create the person we become by our choices as we go through life. In a real sense, by the time we are adults, we are the sum total of the choices we have made. Your ambition should be to get as much life out of living as you possibly can, as much enjoyment, as much interest, as much experience, as much understanding. Not simply be what is generally called a success. When you have decided what you believe, what you feel must be done, have the courage to stand alone and be counted. Life is like a parachute jump, you've got to get it right the first time. Courage is exhilarating. Before we can make friends with anyone else, we must first make friends with ourselves. Do not stop thinking of life as an adventure. You have no security unless you can live bravely, excitingly, imaginatively, unless you can choose a challenge instead of competence. All of life is a constant education.